Father Dries here with a little video on cantering at Mass, which is leading the music. Cantor is just one who sings, typically the one leading, and inviting those at St. Joseph's and St. Francis Xavier, really, who have that ability to really step forward. Even if you don't have much of a musical background, the kind of the music that we're use at Mass and especially the Psalm, I'll get to that later. You don't need much of a musical background. You just need to be able to hold a pitch and to sing with others. So in terms of cantering, it doesn't mean you have to cantor alone. I'd be more than happy to have people kind of be in groups of 2, 3, kind of cantering, leading the music. And in part, just we are in need of more cantors. When we have an accompanist, and even when we don't have an accompanist, I would prefer to have some type of music. For not just to be me trying to lead everything, I would sing with the parts I definitely can, but some parts of the Mass, it'd be nice to always have music on some of the Sunday Masses. So I'm just going to go through some of those parts of the Mass. So here are the kind of the seven different parts or sections where we have music at Mass, and most of these more or less stay the same. The Gloria, the text, the Gloria, the offertory, the Mass parts, they're the same. The opening, closing hymns, the offertory, communion, we use pretty standard things that people are pretty familiar with, so I'm not trying to pull curveballs. But it can be that, especially the responsorial psalm, that can be the really kind of intimidating part. And I have some more videos regarding kind of some simpler tones, different levels, so that those who want to start cantering, they don't think they have to use this really complicated one, but there's some simple tones that can be used with any psalm, and just to help build that confidence in singing, and especially singing the psalm. When I don't have any accompanist, I'm just going to highlight the parts that we sing. I typically try to get to sing. So the opening hymn and closing hymn, I like to have those sung. And then typically I'll try to do the Gloria. I'll do the Gospel acclamation, it's the Alleluia, and the verse that follows it. Kind of there's a verse in between, kind of the Gloria response, the Alleluia response, and then the Mass parts. So those are the parts when I try to do. It's part of me just having to read on. Okay, am I going to be singing the Gloria alone or with other people? If it's alone, I'd rather we just speak it then. But I know there are plenty of people out there that have some musical talent, and it's not, I'd be more willing to have them help lead, and I would definitely be part of singing the Gloria and everything. So the offertory and communion hymns, if we don't have an accompanist, it's okay if we don't have those sung, so they don't have to be. And there's even some alternatives I'm looking at down the road for those when we don't have an accompanist, to make it a little more easier to sing without an accompanist. So the responsorial psalm is really the big thing. That can be the intimidating part. And so I'm just going to go through one tone, all right? I'll have a couple videos connected with kind of more complicated ones, but this is the simplest you can really make it. And it's kind of a monotone, not a monotone in like boring monotone, but just one pitch. One pitch. So this is from Psalm 122. And you have the response, and obviously there'd be more lines than this, but this is just kind of the first stanza of the psalm, and they're typically arranged, with between 2 and 6 lines on them. And so the monotone pitch, I don't think I didn't put the monotone is just monotone. You just use one pitch. Now you're singing. There's a certain full voice to it, so it's not opera. Not that full and vibrato and such. It's not pop though, so it's not airy. It's kind of just full voice. So I'm just going to sing the refrain and then sing the stanza with just a monotone, kind of one pitch. And just notice the speed that I'm singing it at. It's just maybe just slightly slower than you would speak it. All right, so it doesn't drag. And it's not rushed through. It's really the importance of the words being emphasized. Really, chant has very much a focus on the words. Why? Because God communicates us through kind of the words, and the Word was made flesh. This very importance of God's Word, and so kind of the emphasis on that versus the tune or the all that. It's more of the words are really to take the driving force, and they're the ones that determine really the speed. It's really the word rhythm, if you will, of how cadence and the words. So I'm just going to sing it here, just an example of what a kind of a one-pitch tone would be. Let us go rejoicing to the house of the Lord. I rejoiced when they said to me, let us go to the house of the Lord. And now our feet are standing within your gates, O Jerusalem. And then you go, if there were more stanzas, you go back to the refrain and back to the next stanza, second stanza to the refrain, the third stanza, etc. But it's just keeping one pitch. Let us go rejoicing to the house of the Lord. Now that may be, kind of, well, there's not much to that, but it's a place to start and really to build confidence. If you want to sing, but you don't, you're not comfortable doing much more. So some more videos on kind of a 2-line tone and then kind of a 4 to 6 line tone in the videos in the link below. So I hope this video is helpful. If you're interested in, cantering, singing, helping leading the music at Mass, please just reach out to me. And we can kind of more than willing to work with people to kind of help build that confidence. And so it's not just me singing at Mass, but others are, help others are stepping forward to help lead the music. God bless.